Hello guys. I was live earlier and my stream was really bad. If say you followed my live, I was freezing. It wasn't really going on well, and I don't love when I do content and I'm freezing. So I'm doing the same content again. I'm doing the same live again. I wish this time around, I'm not gonna be freezing. I'm not gonna be like before, right? I think now everything is going to be fine. I can see my bit rate is okay. Yeah, everything is showing well now because now I'm streaming 30 fps, 12 by I think 1080, 1080, 760, something like that. Hopefully this one is going to be better. Yeah. So basically, what I've been or what I was trying to convey here, based on today's market structure setting, is Bitcoin actually respecting structure based on the daily time frame setup? Yeah, we are maintaining structure. Bitcoin is still in structure. After this huge move right up to about 100 and six and that was 100 and how much, like what, 120 something thousand dollars. Yeah. Bitcoin has retraced right down to like 80. Yeah, right down to about $80,000. you know and Bitcoin wasn't able to take out this low here. That's why I say we are still bullish for Bitcoin based on the daily time frame setup and also the weekly time frame setup. And what I was trying to look at today was whether we might be expecting, or whether we should expect Bitcoin to reverse from here, or like, or what is the reaction, or what is price doing, how is price reacting around this area. And what I'm seeing so far is that price is back to a key area that price was last time, this zone. And based on also what we mentioned in our previous analysis, based on what we mentioned, I have to, okay, yeah, this zone is a critical zone that we need to see price close above this area. That's going to be around 90,000 price point. We need to see price stays above 90K to an extent, and price also need to stay above $94,000 for us to be able to get a proper movement to the upside. We need to see price break this range. This is a range that price needs to break. But if say price is below, at least out of the range, yeah, then we are not good. Even though we are around the value area low, if I bring in the volume profile, yeah, we're gonna see that we are around the value area low, right? So based on that now, yeah, we are around this value area, a low area that price rejected, and also price now is staying above the POC, right? So we can argue that price is just going to be moving sideways like this. Of course, you buy at you when you if say you want to get the best entry. The best entry is always when you see price at the value area low, but you need to see or wait for price to react to that area multiple times before you can confirm that maybe price really want to reverse from here. That's why we don't just react immediately. We see price get there. We wait to see how price is going to react around key areas. So now going to the 4 hours time frame, this is where we are going to be able to get that um nice entry or nice um exit. So I spent 24 hours yesterday and today to build this indicator. And what I did is I put every details about my strategy, market structure, trading fair value gap, order block, all of it is here. Volume profile, like all of this is here. And I'm not gonna just like say if I see reading bullish, then it means buy. No, this is not a buy and sell indicator. This indicator is merely to tell you that price is at a key area where you should be looking for that opportunity to buy, right? That's what it means, or to sell, or to stay away from the market. Like in this case, this was a good zone, right? You would have seen this move price like printed this bearish reading bearish. You would have dropped down to the lower time frame to see okay how price is reacting to this area, because this candle took us right down around this area. So it was a bearish candle, but at the same time, we have to be able to look at multiple like other stuff that might give us confirmation to get into the trade. Like for example, I wouldn't have just gotten into this trade like this. I would have looked at the candle before. You can see here we have this huge dip to the downside, and this candle here is an order block. This candle is an order block. So how I was going to trade this was simple. I was going to wait for price to come back to this order block area, you know, at one point in time, and you can see price did get there. You can see here, price did get there, but you didn't take out that other block. So I would have waited for price to get around this area. Then my stop loss would have been just above that other block, you know, and to take the right to the downside. But I didn't see that move. I'm gonna be waiting for the next move. That's why it's always good to not just buy. You have to understand the candles. Every candle here, I understand it. When I see it, I know what is going on. Like this candle, it sounds as if it's a hammer, like a bullish hammer. But actually, it wasn't a bullish hammer because of the way it closed, right? You can see, look at how it closed. Price was bullish here. Look at this huge vector candle. It took us like it was an engulfing vector candle. But what happened? The next candle took us straight away and it didn't close above the previous candle, right? So this was always gonna be that bearish. Like this was always gonna be bearish in the end. You can see here, this was a proper confirmation here. This um this was this hammer, the bearish hammer. Yeah, bearish hammer. This is bearish hammer pointing to the downside. This would have been an a great sign or great entry zone for you. Like instantly. That's why you don't just react like that. You wait to read to see how price is going to react to those key areas. Like now, as I mentioned, I would have marked this zone as my area of interest, right? Then next, I wait for price to react around that area. So this stopping bottom candle was a clear signal that they were going to do something there. Like price want to continue to the downside. That's why in the future this zone is going to be an important zone as well. So if I see price close above this area, then it's going to be an important area for me to start looking for a buy opportunity to continue to the upside, or maybe a short. If I see a full candle close above here, I'm not gonna just buy instantly. I'm gonna wait to see how price will react during pullback. For now, the market is open, so let's just go straight away to the 1 hour time frame to see where or how we can get our entry. You can see the market is bearish. Generally, if you look at the daily time frame, my indicator is telling me that okay, now it's showing that we are bullish now, on the daily time frame at least. But if you look at this on the 4 hours time frame, it's something else. It's showing bearish on the 4 hours time frame, and on the 1 hour time frame, the same thing is showing bearish. Higher time frame bias is showing bearish. So, like based on what I mentioned um in my previous videos, what I want you to look at here is simple. Just drop down to the 15 minutes time frame. You know, you want to mark the whole of this area from this high here, you know, to I mean the other thing we can do here, even though I don't do it often, can bring in the Fibonacci tool here, block it from the bottom of this move to the top of that move, you know. So what we want to actually look at here is the zero point 0.5 zone and the golden pocket, this zone here, and also the 0.786 zone. So these are the zones that we are going to be looking at on the opportunity. We took out the value, the this golden pocket zone here, and we haven't yet taken out this 0.7 is 8 6 zone. So what I'm gonna do now to be able to like understand fully where we are, I'm going to bring in the volume profile, right? I'm gonna build my range. Yeah, I'm gonna build my range from where we are currently. You know, you can see, and this is the range that I have built. So if price stays below this zone, then I'm gonna be focusing more on price getting down to key areas here. And if this is gonna be the case with Bitcoin, then Ethereum and other altcoins are going to follow the same thing, gonna play the same game. You know, Bitcoin usually starts or like give that signal, then other altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, are going to follow what Bitcoin is doing. You know, I actually love the stream. I think it's better. Yeah, it's better. I'm not seeing any drop frames. The stream is better. I think I found exactly how I should be going about with my stream. You know, I'm gonna be using this Safari, and yeah, I think this no this one is better, right? It's better, guys. It's better. All right. Yeah, I'm seeing rejection here on the 15 minutes time frame, but we have the higher time frame bias is bearish. Readiness is bearish here. You can see. Wow, I love this indicator. I love this. I love this, guys. I gave everything here, and the reason why you see this happen here is because of this volume candle. Right. This was the reason why we saw this readiness bearish printed here. And look at the target. Wow, wow, wow. I'm still um trying to study the indicator, and it works only on the 15 minutes, the 1 hour, and the 4 hours time frame. So I don't want to complicate stuff. You know, the higher time frame bias is the best thing to do to look at. Is pointing bullish, even though on lower time frame is showing. The best thing is to look at first. The higher time frame bias on the um on the daily time frame, then you go to the lower time frame, to now start looking for the same opportunities there. For now, you know, I'm gonna ignore this bias bearish on this time frame because I want to focus more on what I'm seeing on the daily time frame, right? Yeah, so that's what I mean to say. Now, looking at Ethereum, let's see. The same thing with Ethereum, the same game playing with Ethereum. Nothing really fancy is going on, and even though we have this bullish readiness bullish here, um, there's nothing more for us to see here other than having an order block here. Sorry, a fair value gap here, and also there's an order block here. And another fair value gap down here. Yeah. So um, it's kind of like Ethereum is just reacting to what Bitcoin is doing, right? Ethereum is not deviating like from Bitcoin away from Bitcoin. Ethereum is actually working alongside Bitcoin. That's why we need to be able to get the best entry by looking at the asset that can give you the best entry, which is Ethereum and the other altcoins. You know, I just want to share this with my community. Let's see. Yeah, I was trying to share something or like share with my community that I'm live again because I was live earlier. The stream was really bad. And yeah, I don't like this, but that's what you get at times when you're streaming. And you know, I think I've gotten the best settings now with my stream. From now on, it's gonna be like better and better and better and better. So let me see. Let me see what Ethereum is doing on. Okay, I think to an extent, um let me see if we have high volume here. Yeah, the volume is good. The volume is good. The volume is good for Ethereum. So let's just wait and see how Ethereum is gonna react to this. What Bitcoin is doing currently. Um Again, guys, I think like what I've been saying here is exactly what will happen. Bitcoin is just gonna be doing what Bitcoin loves to do always. Um During the first moment of the market, like the US Open is gonna play around, attempt to go up, attempt to go down. Then after about 1 hour, then he's gonna decide which direction he wanna take. For now, Bitcoin is just doing what Bitcoin is doing. And looking at Solana, let's see. Yeah, so now we have this fair value gap here around 119 to $121. So they can easily drop down to this fair value gap here before continuing to the upside. We have more fair value gap here. And these areas are our liquidity zones where they can easily go, and price can easily gravitate towards that area to grab all of this liquidity that you see above price. So yeah, if you want to buy Solana, you can look for the buy opportunity around this area before continuing to the upside. But now we cannot really say there's a buy opportunity here, but we can say about this around this area here, and this is gonna be in confluence to this previous low here, you know. So if you are gonna buy around this area, then your stop loss must be below that zone, you know, below that zone. That's where your stop loss should be. Let's look at gold. Gold is sitting now at one or $5,000, and yeah, gold is bullish on the daily time frame, no doubt, pointing up. But there's something I saw here with gold, which is alarming. You can see this on this time frame. Um, it's forming some sort of like an M, something like an M formation here. It's forming, and I think this can drop right down to about like yeah, it can take us right down to about 4,700 or 4,800 dollars price point. So the whole of this zone here is filled with liquidity, you know, and they are all buy zones at the same time. So they are take profit zone and buy zone at the same time, you know, because they are area of imbalances in the market. And looking at silver, yes, there's a trade here with silver as well. And see, silver is forming this fair value gap here. It formed this fair value gap here, and it hasn't yet taken out this fair value gap. And look at this engulfing candle, yeah. So this is a buy signal. The target is gonna be right down to about 96 or $98 for silver based on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at for gold, silver, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin based on market structure. If you enjoyed the video, um subscribe, like, and yeah, share this with someone else out there. I think from now on my stream is gonna be better, much better, much better. You know, maybe I've gotten the right setup